across, like, when you're doing a download, setting your meeting to Facebook Live. Okay, I think now I really do believe it's going there. Ah, come on.
Meeting is now streaming live on Facebook.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I get. It says live.
Okay, hey, here we are. Hey, Laura, how you doing? It's Wednesday.
Doing great. Happy Cinco de Mayo to everyone. I hope everybody gets their chips and salsa out today and join us. We're having a fabulous guest today. We are so honored to have all these awesome people on Wednesday afternoon. And Fat Debbie, I'm sending it over to you.
Thanks, Laura. I love your festivity. It makes me want to grab some chips and salsa right now and a possible margarita. But anyway, so I wanted to just say that you know what, we've been so blessed. Lori and I are going to just say that we've been so blessed that we have been like linked arms, and we have been networking, and we have been meeting people everywhere. And we have just been coming across so many individual people that have the same focus, like where we are all going. We want to better people. We want to help their health and wellness, their overall mind. They're, focused on helping themselves be a better version of themselves. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, we met Lauren. Lauren has just been a wonderful connect. Okay. I listened to a little bit about what she does and how her focus. And I said to Lori, we have got to get her on here. She comes from a background of therapy, being a therapist, and, she's changed her focus. And she's a wellness and happiness coach. And what better kind of a coach is there to be in that, arena? And I'm not going to go through all of her acclamations and everything, because I don't want to miss anything, and I don't want to take away from what she has to say. But I want to just say that, Lauren, please explain to us your background. Tell us a little bit about where you started and how you got to where you are and what you're doing currently, and how all our listeners can find out more and be able to, potentially get with you. And with that, I just want to turn it over to you and say thank you for taking time out in your day to be with us. Take it away.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me. I couldn't have picked a better day to be here with all of you guys. I mean, look at Lori. She's a party. She's a party in a picture. I wish I could have a margarita with you guys later. But you're in Central Time. I'm in Eastern Time. And this is the magic of our lives right now, right? And it's what I do. I help people get in touch with the magic in their life. So to boil it all, well, I'll tell you how I started. So I started as a psychologist and a family therapist, and worked in that field until I had a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. And at that time, it became apparent to me that I was serving nobody, that I was really burning the candle at both ends, trying to do it all like Superwoman, right? Like you hear. Mm-hmm. And at that time, I didn't have a roadmap toward making it all work, right? I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know that not taking care of myself left me so vulnerable to burning out. And I made the choice to stay home. I don't regret that choice at all. It was a gift that I was able to stay home, and magical that I was able to be here for my kids. And yet, as they grew and as they were becoming what I call, as they were leaving the house and I was becoming what I call a free bird, right? I don't know about you guys. I have a 25-year-old and a 22-year-old, and I don't feel like I'm an empty nester. I still have them, right, in my life, but it was my turn to spread my wings and fly as well. And I needed to get back in touch with that magic that made me who I am. And that's when I turned to coaching. And what I love about coaching is that you start right in that moment with somebody. You don't have to look back. You're not looking for problems. You're looking for solutions, right? So when I work with somebody, I start where they are. We capitalize on their strengths, and we figure out how to design their life to move forward with as little stress and as much joy as possible. So that's what I do. And what I'd like to say is that the 3 C's, I help people feel confident, calm, and connected. And that's really what we want in life, right? We want the confidence to be able to say what we want, to know that we can say no to things that don't serve us without any guilt, and to say yes to things, or I like to say hell yes, like without fear, that just you have that confidence to be who you are and to know what you want. to live with calm. We had some difficulty getting on Facebook Live today, right? This is life. Life throws you curveballs. Knowing what to get upset about, what not to get upset about. Like this is the small stuff, right? You don't get upset. This is life. You have to learn to ride that river of life without getting upset, just knowing that you can deal with things that come your way, right? And when you feel confident and you are calm, it gives you the spaciousness to connect deeply, whether you're connecting deeply with yourself, whether you're connecting deeply with those that you love, with the universe at large, with nature, with your community. It's that connection. I believe that joy truly lives in that connection. So that's what I do. That's what I do. And what I love to tell my story, because much like you guys who, I was so impressed. I was telling you before we jumped on. I mean, I love how maybe it's got sparked by the pandemic, but it's all part of figuring out what's next for us in our life. How do we build the most beautiful, magical life that we can, right? And you guys found something that you're passionate about. That's amazing. That's what I love to do. I love to help people find their passion. And I stepped into my next phase at 53 years old, and it was scary. Can I still do this? But sure, anybody can find their next phase, their next step when you're ready. There is no age limit on this. You find your passion and then you figure out how to make it work. And I wanted to share with everybody an opportunity that's coming up at the end of this month. And it's a conference unlike any other. It was put together for people who may want to start their own business, become their own bosspreneur, as we like to say, and it's put on by other bosspreneurs. All of us having found our next phase. And it's May 26th and 27th. I will put all the information in the chat, but it involves networking, which is so important. Debbie, you and I met because of networking, right? That finding your tribe, finding that web, that, how we're all interconnected, that helps you on your journey. So I can't wait to tell people more about that, to be able to click on that and find out. There's networking, there's inspiration, there's action, all about investigating what your next phase might be. So that's everything about me in a nutshell. Any questions, guys?
I don't have a question. I just want to say that you are amazing. And I think that what's so cool is that you didn't say a timeline. When did you get, this is my question. When did you get into the focus that you are now? Like how many years ago did you go for this focus of the happiness, wellness, happiness? Was that prior to COVID or was it during COVID?
Yeah, so I've been doing what I'm doing now for about 4 years.
Okay.
Now, I was lucky enough to build on the fact that, I'm a psychologist by training.
Right.
So that did help. But my focus shifted so much when it went toward coaching.
And so here's what I see. I see that you are like, and you know how they say right time, right place, but the need out there for people is Lori and I talk about this all the time. People are hurting and people don't think that, there's nothing I can do, but I can't, I'm limited. I can't leave my home, or I can't go here, or I can't do this. And like, look at, here we are, Lauren, you're in Pennsylvania. Lori and I are in Chicagoland. You can touch people all over the world. You can touch people in every time zone. You can help people through all their different things just by sitting down over, Zoom, just like you would over a cup of coffee, and you feel connected to the people and you're able to talk. And sometimes people like not being present with each other. Sometimes it's less intimidating to them, but people are learning to actually, go through this era of that we're working on. And you had already been doing that, as you explained to Lori and I earlier, that you had already been using Zoom as a platform, that you were doing it. And now this has become like second nature to people. And so, you have such a great niche because, people who see this, I really highly encourage you to put in the comments when we share this, because we're going to share it to our Facebook group, we're going to share it to your social media, we're going to put it on my YouTube and any other wherever, that your connections and all of how people can reach out to you. But feel free to pop back into our group and put reminders and the links and stuff for this conference, because sometimes all it takes is for a person to say, okay, let me just go to this conference online and let me check out what all these people are saying, and something may resonate with me and make me feel I can do this. Lori and I had no clue what we were doing when we started this, and we're both like pinching ourselves going, wow. And it's been so self-gratifying for us. We've learned so much, and we have made so many new friends, and I think it's easier to make friends with our social network here now more than it was I mean, you don't have to drive somewhere, you don't have to go to, spend time. You can do things quickly back to back, or at different times of the day, and not leave your house.
Deb, what you're talking about is that so much is possible. And we look, COVID was a horrifying thing on so many levels, but there are gifts to be had, and figuring out what those gifts are so that you know what to hang on to.
Right.
That's part of the process also, but there's so much possibility that has opened up for so many of us to connect in ways we never dreamed of.
Absolutely. Laura, I want to turn it to you, because I know I could just see it in her face. She's got so much to say, and I want her to have time to share.
Oh, thanks, Deb, and thanks, Laura. And you're just fascinating. I just love it, So when you get what would you call a client or somebody that's interested in the program, you do it via Zoom, correct?
I do.
That's awesome. Now, do you do it do you have a specific time frame you do it for? Is it like a half-hour session, or could you explain a little bit to me about how that works?
Absolutely. You know what? Sometimes people have one thing that they really just can't get a handle on, and I'm happy to do a power session, right? An hour and a half where you really dig down deep and you figure out how that's going to work for you and how to move forward. Happy to do that. But true change takes a minimum of 3 months. I don't know whoever said 21 days. That is so not true, and does a disservice to people because they get discouraged. And change doesn't happen in a straight line. You start to make changes, and then you might slip back a little, and then you go forward again. So to give the room for that, I have 3 and 6 month packages. Tend to meet with people every couple of weeks because it helps them brainstorm and then have time to work things out, to try to implement changes. And then we get back together and we see what's working and what else needs to be addressed.
Oh, that's awesome. Because I think, that's the big thing when there's a lot of people that want to change. And I think I like change, lose weight, or, all kinds of different things. And I think people need coaches. And, for somebody that struggles with my weight, I understand that a lot. And, you start your diet or whatever, and then you give up after so much time. And so I think it's great that you're a coach that would be there to help somebody, because I really think a lot of people's issues as far as the weight and all that kind of stuff comes from inner feelings within themselves.
Oh, Lori, I mean, it all starts with being the love of your life. I mean, truthfully, you are the love of your life. And when you learn to treat yourself with all that acceptance and respect that you give to other people that you love, it stops being a problem with your weight. It's not a problem. You are who you are, and you are on your continuum wherever you are. If you want to take different care of your body, treat your body with love and respect, you start doing that differently. It's not about good or bad. It's truly about acceptance.
That's wonderful. I totally agree. And I look forward to talking to you more about that in the future. Absolutely. And I'm really excited about was it the 22nd and the 23rd?
26th and 27th of May.
I'm sorry, 26th and 27th, that's the following week. And is it all day for both sessions?
It's not. So there's going to be speed networking at lunchtime, an hour each day. So much fun. It's run by Alvina Williams-Pete. She's amazing. And she's the one who started the group that led to this conference. So that's incredible fun. And then it's in the evening to try to make it accessible to as many people as possible. So from 5:30 to 9, that Wednesday and Thursday, the 26th and 27th, you have a choice of 2 different talks during 6 different time periods. So you get to hear 6 different talks. And it's just amazing information, honestly. Again, a day of inspiration and a day of action, just to see if maybe you might want to be your own boss, like whether that's a service or a product, I mean, you're not working right now, Lori. Maybe you have an idea for a business that you want to
Oh,
explore.
yeah, I know. I did a lot of things. Yeah. Believe it or not, Lauren, I used to be a florist for 35 years.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah. So, but I just think you're fascinating, and I hope that everybody looks into her programs and finds out more about the thing they're doing on the 26th and the 27th.
Yeah.
And just follow up with Lauren. I know that she's going to put information down. So please, everybody, look into it. And Debbie, you have anything else?
Well, with that, I just want to say, I'm just going to throw this out here because I just want to remind our audience that we just really encourage you to share this Facebook group for the health and wellness of you with all your friends and family, because it's a group that, in a place that everything is positive, no negative, no political. We just are here to help. We're here to share. We're here to learn. We're here to be support system to each other and help give value to others, just like we just did now. What you did, we love hearing all the wonderful things, and we love your energy. Your smile just tells how you want to help people, and Lori and I just love that. That's just part of us, and so with that, I just want to say, everybody who is going to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, be safe, have fun. Lori's got a thing going on later she's going to be doing, and with that, I just want to say thank you again for spending time with us. We encourage again for everybody to look us up, and we thank everybody and say have a fabulous day. And Lauren, we'll be in touch. Take care with everybody.
Thanks for having me. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Bye-bye.